So, a young girl gets killed by an illegal immigrant, and many people on the right politicize it to reignite discussions about immigration reform. Many people on the left say to those people on the right, "How dare you politicize a tragedy like this?" Then they go back to worshipping David Hogg, who, along with fellow classmates, rallied a bunch of people to politicize a tragedy like this. Not that they were wrong to do so, but so let's not pretend this isn't a bipartisan tactic. People are not proactive. We are all reactionary at heart. A neighborhood doesn't get speed bumps put in until someone speeds over a toddler, and a minor intersection doesn't get a traffic light until someone gets T-boned. It takes injury and death to stir us. So when something happens that is symptomatic of a larger problem, I do not believe in a grace period where we all take a moment of silence, parentheses inaction, to honor the people who never should have died to begin with. This applies to all situations. I don't care if it's a left or right issue. You don't wait, you do something now. So you may have heard of Molly Tibbets, the 20-year-old girl from Iowa who went missing for the longest time until she was finally found dead in a cornfield. Police have arrested a 24-year-old illegal immigrant in connection with the crime who confessed and explained exactly what happened. His lawyer wants to claim that he's here legally, but U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services officials don't have any record of him, and it's looking like he used stolen identification to pass an E-Verify background check and has been working for a Republican official in Iowa for the last 4 years. People do like cheap labor, there's no question about that. Christian Rivera, the immigrant, I've seen all sorts of people spell it different kinds of ways, but I've never heard this name before, so I'm trying my best. He described to police that he saw Molly jogging, followed her in his car for a while, then got out and started jogging next to her. She was rightfully like, "Creep, get away or I'll call the police." Then he says he blacked out, which he says he has a history of when he gets angry or upset, and that he came to in his car with her body in the trunk. He carried her to a nearby cornfield and put a bunch of stalks over her body and walked away. They got security camera footage of him following Molly in his car, which led police to him. What boggles me about this is that I've seen a bunch of tweets defending him like, "This is a scapegoat, it's all fake bullshit to help Trump build the wall." Even though he confessed, even though his account is corroborated by camera footage, some people just refuse to believe an undocumented immigrant would ever commit a crime, and prefer justice for them rather than justice for Molly Tibbets. A lot of people are mad at Elizabeth Warren right now for going on a news thing, and when asked about the Tibbets case, she gave her condolences and then quickly flipped the conversation over to children being separated from their families at the border as the real problem, which is terrifically dismissive. People always want to turn this into a race thing, and for a section of the wall supporters, it probably is. But illegal immigrants aren't a race. You can illegally immigrate from anywhere, whether they're white, brown, black, or whatever. I categorize them all equally. I still believe in even illegal immigration when done as a last resort facing near certain death in your own country. Just don't fucking murder Americans when you get here. Contribute to society, don't bring drugs, and don't murder 20-year-old white girls. It's not a lot to ask. I don't support the wall, by the way, in case I have to clear that up. A wall is great for keeping out wind and zombies, but that's about it. And not even the World War Z zombies, just the Walking Dead zombies. World War Z zombies will scale that shit in an instant. If you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. A wall would be dumb and ineffective. Clearly what we're doing now isn't effective either. I saw people ridiculing a tweet saying that this isn't an illegal immigration problem, it's a toxic masculinity problem, because it was basically a case of rejection turned murder. And you know, as much as I want to make fun of that, I think it might actually be more relevant than his citizenship status. This dude followed a girl, stalked her for a little bit, then just forced his way up into her grill, and when she reacted negatively, he couldn't take it and killed her. That is a dude problem that his lack of documents has nothing to do with. However, were he stopped from entering the country illegally, he wouldn't have even been able to have been there in the first place, which also would have saved Molly's life. These can both be true statements. Partner that with the statistic that says illegal immigrants commit crimes to a percentage scale that is much smaller than American citizens, and you've got a strong case that this is just a dude who gives illegal immigrants a bad name. However, illegal immigrants should already have a bad name by virtue of the fact that they are all breaking the law 100% of the time that they are here. They are criminals, for they are constantly committing crime every second that they are trespassing. That is a fact. There is nothing political about if you commit a crime, you are a criminal. That is language and definitions at work. As I've said, I have sympathy for the plight of illegals who are here because they have no other options, but you fuck up your goodwill when you murder people, so don't do it. Don't come here and then kill people that were always here. It's bad form. This is why people who want to abolish ICE are not seeing the big picture. When people come here, they need to be accounted for, or else they have no accountability to uphold. Some of the families being separated at the border aren't even related. The children are props being passed around for legitimacy, and then they go straight into child trafficking once they're through. Those are the ones ruining it for the real families. It's because of the fake families that we have to be wary. Hashtag not all Mexicans are drug lords and rapists, but some of them are, and it only takes one potential murderer getting through to kill a 20-year-old jogger named Molly Tibbets. If you want open borders, you're asking for the collapse of America. It's that simple. If America isn't a place, it's the people, then filling it with a bunch of unaccountable unknowns is gonna reshape the community real fast, and you'll keep the place but lose the people. When Antifa is chanting no borders, no wall, no USA at all, and hardly anyone, if anyone, on the left is disavowing that, it's easy to think they might actually want it. Gavin McInnes and the Proud Boys are suspended from Twitter. Anyone affiliated with Antifa should be next. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.